When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, passing your receiver. All about.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the second year back from LSU, it's Darius Geis. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On second down, here's Haskins, escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jarrett Davis in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Haskins. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. C.J. Anderson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Prater for the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Able to locate his running back open downfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now a man in his 13th NFL season, it's Adrian Peterson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Haskins. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Anderson. Anderson a first down and more. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. C.J. Anderson. with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Well, he told us he was going to hit the end zone a couple times in this game. I just don't know that he envisioned doing it in the first quarter.
He probably did. I'm not sure we did,
yeah.
right? Because all the great ones, that's what they do. They dream about it, right? They think about it. They envision it. They think it's going to happen and almost will themselves into it. I just look at what he's done so far and just wonder what's left to come. Let's sit back and enjoy this one.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. It's Geis on the counter. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The intended target was the rookie Terry McLaurin, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Let's go, defense.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Jordan Reed has it. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Here's Haskins to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Haskins. Space to run past the 20. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Here's Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Switch.
After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd and 7. To throw again on second down. Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
First down, Detroit.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Blue 60. You're not ready. Monday.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line. I got you. Watch the eye. Check. He's checking. Crash. Back.
They run again on first down. Peterson trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Throwing on second down. Haskins. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and that'll make it third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now it's Haskins. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 30. Haskins now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. They'll give to Peterson out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Looking to throw on second down. Haskins flushed out right. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And it's going to be another first down as they get him to the ground at the Lions' 15-yard line. From the red zone now, Haskins on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to Chris Thompson, but it's going to be second down.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Geis with a carry on second down. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Third down. Here's Haskins. And that is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs? And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on second and 8. Stafford and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Looking deep downfield. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Stafford. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The final shot before the break, Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they're leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Back to throw. Stafford to the right and complete to Galladay. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Let's put that team on the clock.
They run. Anderson. And an alley to run. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They run again on first down. Anderson. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Yellow lady! Yellow lady! Patchy. Check 99. Check 99. 25. Check 25. Check 22.
On 2nd down, Johnson. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at about the Redskins' 26.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's Bowman. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means You're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They snap it to Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd down now. It's C.J. Anderson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. C.J. Anderson, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at the 3. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Let's go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Kill, turn up. Kill, turn up.
Again, it's Haskins. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 21 yards there on 3rd down. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Haskins. And that is caught by the tight end Reed. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. They'll run it with Johnson. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On first down, it's Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Set, 180. 57. Cover. Hey, give me your radar. Hey, echo. Check Mike 57. Mike 57. Watch the run. 57. Mike 57. Come on, Flippy.
Now it's Stafford. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
A 6-yard pickup brings up
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now a big spot for the rookie Haskins. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
a
7 yards there and a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Haskins will throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
At their own 49-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Johnson. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Ball carrier. Landon Collins made the tackle. 1-yard gain.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On second down, Anderson. He's got some breathing room. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. C.J. Anderson, 35 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that...
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Trey Flowers in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tavon Wilson, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
At the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They toss it out right to Johnson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Ready, double right.
Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Set, 60. Let's go, team, tighten up. 50-50. Hey, Alpha.
To throw is Stafford. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Haskins looking to throw on first down. Flush to his right. Pressure comes and down he goes. Devon Kennard. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that deep.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Lions, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for Washington, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.